Okay, you promise I'm gonna get paid for this? I came all the way to the Commonwealth for this. Yeah, I promise. Dude, I told you you'd get it. You'd get it. Yeah, well, if I'm gone long enough, that Brick Hancock is gonna steal my restaurant. I promise you'll get back quick enough to get, back to your restaurant. All right, I guess I'll do this. And I want a stout after this. I want a nice old ice cold beer. You might want to bring that camera a little closer. All right, fine. How's that? That's good. How you doing, folks? Juana Bob here. I'm doing this intro for Quicksmoke. I guess he wants to do something a little different. So he's making himself some pork fried rice. And as usual, he'll leave the recipe and the link to the description on the page. I hope you enjoy it. Is that good enough? It's gonna be so good, you're gonna go to your neighbor and say, I wanna have you for dinner. I mean, have you over for dinner. I bet my eye on that. Alright, where the fuck's my beer?
Hey, Quicksmoke here with another cooking video of Cooking with Quicksmoke. And today we are going to be cooking some pork fried rice. So, in order to, what we need is some soy sauce and sesame oil, some sake or rice wine, some salt, and some white pepper, as well as an onion and some chopped scallions. You will also need white rice. Jasmine rice is preferred. And your pork, which is made in boneless spare rib style, um, which I did previous to this, and I will link a website that gave me the recipe for that in the description. So right now I'm just looking to see what I need to do first. So we got to turn on the stove to medium heat, and as usual I don't have the right tools out. So actually I lied. Before we do that, we are going to mix our sauce that we're going to use for the pork fried rice. Um, what I also didn't show you is that we also need honey, um, which I am grabbing at the moment, and a tablespoon of hot water, which is actually what I'm grabbing at the moment. And I also want to take the moment to have you check out Vault Girls and JPick of Death's uh, cooking playlist. There's the the tablespoon of hot water. And I will leave a link to the playlist, to one of their playlists, and the honey. You will need 1 teaspoon of honey, or tablespoon, sorry, 1 tablespoon. I will leave a link to the playlist. So you want to put the honey in with the hot water. That's going to thin it out a little bit and make it easier to work with. And just let it drip out as much as you can. If you can kind of swish it in the hot water, and there's not a whole lot of hot water there. So next we are going to add Give me 1 second. I'm washing the spoon off. Next, we are going to add. What are we going to add? Oh, stop wiping your hands. The sesame oil. In that, you will need 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. I might be getting the measurements wrong, so again, I'll leave the link. The next thing you need to put in your soy sauce. I asked for dark soy sauce and regular soy sauce. Don't know the difference, so I'm just going to add uh, about a teaspoon and a tablespoon of the soy sauce. Um, if you can figure out the difference or tell me what the difference is, please tell me in the description. So there we go, we have that. And then next, I believe um, the ground white pepper. You see me pausing here for a second because I'm checking the description. Yeah, so we need 1/4 of a teaspoon of the white pepper. There we go. And I believe the next step is to add the sake, which I don't think I show you right off the bat. I think I mix first and then I add the sake. Um, I'm kind of watching this as I'm voicing over. Unfortunately, again, uh, Grandma Quicksmoke was watching her TV too loud, so I had to voice this over. I apologize for that. So that's what the sauce or the marinade or whatever you want to call it that you put in um, looks like. And then we're gonna add the salt. I forgot the salt, so we're going to do 1 tablespoon of salt. I added in here. It actually tells you to do it when you start cooking the rice. Do that at your own discretion. We'll mix in some more, and then I realize I forget the sake after a couple whisks here. So I'm reading the directions. I turn my heat on to get it nice on medium heat. One of these days I will do a professional cook video for you. I promise. My camera actually died, so I had to record this on my phone. It was a nightmare. So you want to put a little bit of oil in the pan to. I put too much there. You want to put less than that, so you can caramelize the white onions. So here I am. I'm pouring a little bit of it off, and then I'm swishing it in the pan. In retrospect, I probably put a right amount because the rice kind of sticks to the bowl. Um, and then you put your white onions in to caramelize. You want to cook them till they're just about clear. Um, you don't want them to get that brown look first. Um, there's my rice and my pork. So here we put in the onions. It's one. That's a small size onion, white onion, or I would use maybe a medium to a large size of white onion. It's always good. And then we're just gonna mix it in the oil here so they spread out. And I'm going to cut at a moment. And again, the pork, I will leave a link to the website that gives you the recipe for the pork. Um, it was a long process, so I really couldn't show you. It wasn't that long. It took 8 hours to marinate, but I kind of did at the last minute. I wasn't planning on doing this video, so yeah, I didn't record the pork. So your next step in is to add your pork diced up. There's your white rice already pre-cooked. I already pre-cooked it, and you want to fluff it. You don't want it in clumps when you put it in. So you want to make sure you fluff it with your hands. It's going to be nice and sticky, so you can just rinse your hands off right afterwards. And I believe now is when I add the pork, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And this is actually the recipe that I used is the same kind of boneless pork ribs, spare ribs that you get in a restaurant, except they use food coloring, red food coloring. I did not. Um, Again, that is a choice that you can make if you want to do that. I add it here in a couple seconds. Oh yeah, you want to make sure you don't let those onions burn. Otherwise, it's gonna taste funny. And it, the smell when you add everything together is smells like pork fried rice. I mean, this recipe came out pretty good, I'll have to say. It's the first time I made it, and it was very, very delicious. So I think now I'm getting ready. Oh, I added in my sake because I had forgotten that. You could do it without the sake, but actually it came out pretty good with it. And the pork is actually cooked with sake too, so the flavors melded pretty well. And there's the pork. And normally that would be red, but I didn't use the red dye, so we're gonna take those big pieces out because we're gonna use those afterwards to eat with our pork fried rice. And we're gonna mix in our pork and um, and I believe then our rice. I did cook the rice with salt, and jasmine rice, just to let you know, cooks a little differently than uh, minute white rice. It tells you for every cup of rice, use 1 1/3 cup of water, and the and you'll see in the if you go to the website that I link down below, they tell you to do 5 cups of rice. That's a lot. I did 2 cups of rice here, um, and it was enough to feed three Grandma Quicksmoke, Papa Quicksmoke, and me myself, and still have enough left over for another meal. And as you can see, even with the 2 cups, I don't even put in the full amount of the 2 cups. So then you want to just mix it really well, and you're going to start to notice that the rice is sticking to the bottom of the pan of your wok. Um, but that's all right. It's going to give you some nice flavor. You want to mix it really well, and then I believe I add in the scallions next, and then my sauce. Um, I almost burned myself a couple times because as you can see, I'm trying to touch the sides of the handles there, and they're really, really, really hot. Um, so let's see. I believe I add the scallions next, and then the juice. Yeah. Oh, juice and then scallions. And then you just mix it all together. Um, Careful not to burn yourself, as I do a couple of times there. And you want to mix it really, really well, so you make sure you don't have any clumps of white rice. Otherwise, you're just going to get unflavored white rice in the middle of it. Um, but believe it or not, this does, with all that mixture, this tastes 95% like takeout uh, pork fried rice. It comes out really, really delicious. So you don't have to leave it. If you do everything fresh all at once, like if you cook your rice, your pork, all in the same moment, like you just finished boiling your rice and then you add it into your mixture, you only have to cook it for a couple of minutes. I have everything a little cool, so I'm constantly moving it around to warm up everything. And then right after that, we're going to plate and um, I hope you enjoy. So let's finish mixing this around. There we go. And then let's grab ourselves a bowl and let's do some plating. And again, that's enough to feed 3 people there. So let's scoop it out. Um, today, Quicksmoke. All right, there we go. We're gonna scoop a couple of scoops. We're gonna mix it. Make sure you don't burn it on the bottom there. Now we're gonna scoop, I believe, a couple of scoops and put it in our pork, and I will show you what it looks like. Nope, another mix. Another mixing time. God, you think I'd be professional and watch my own videos before I do my voiceovers? But nope, I like to wing it. That should be nice. As you can see, the steam's coming off of it, so it's going to be nice and warm. So, now now hopefully we'll scoop it and plate and show you what it looks like. And, there we go, yeah. Couple scoops there. This smells so delicious, by the way. And the ribs, when they're cooking, oh my god, those spare ribs were excellent. Even with a little bit of burning, it was great. It charred a little bit. So then we'll put in our pork, and we'll show you what it looks like. And I hope you like this recipe. I hope you try it out. Let me know if you do. I will leave the links in the description. If you like, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Hit that notification button. Join me on Discord, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.
Ha ha ha! Too fun!